Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Thursday, December the 5th, 2024. Well, I've had 2 days of technical issues. Internet issues, 12 hours, actually 13 hours of a power outage, and then tonight again, internet issues. So I am recording this recap on my cell phone because I did not want to go too long without getting my reviews up. So let's go through what happened on Thursday. We have Counselor Sonny Corinthos is back in action. Dante comes over to get some counsel from his dad. Now, Sonny gives Dante really good advice. Why he couldn't give Christina good advice, I don't know, but he definitely gave Dante some good advice. So that was some really good father-son moments. And then we have Christina. No, they did not show Christina. It's Molly. TJ called Curtis over. Curtis comes through the door, and I had pictures and everything, but I can't, do them on my phone. The apartment is completely empty. Every knick-knack, every personal item, except for the big furniture, the couch and the chair, Molly took. It's like she was the only one who decorated that apartment or who lived there. I was in shock. TJ came home to get some of his stuff because remember he was just going to spend the night away, but really they were separating, to find Molly packing everything up. And he let her because they feel there's nothing to salvage. So Curtis comforts him. And now look, Curtis doesn't need to stay with TJ doesn't need to stay with Jordan or Curtis, right? He can stay at his own place. He can afford it. He's a doctor. So Curtis told him, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. We are going to go shopping and we're going to deck this place out. And TJ looked, he goes, I've never purchased anything for the home, without Molly's input. Pretty much, yeah, Molly picked everything. So we're going to see what TJ's taste or / Curtis's taste is going to be, because Curtis says, look, don't think that everything in the house I live in Portia picked. Oh no. That's major input in the decor of that house. So we'll see. And he tried to lift TJ's spirits. So they moved a chair and they found a diary she left, and TJ went by Alexis's and gave it to her. Now Molly is frantically trying to get every piece of everything out of her car into Alexis's house, and Alexis is trying to get her to just slow down for a minute. She says, Molly, just slow down for a minute. You don't have to take everything out of your car right now. And Molly admitted to her mother, look, if I slow down, I might not start back up again. She's just trying to get through this the best way she can. So Alexis is like, Molly, I understand what you're going through. But what you need to understand is you do not need to make your lifelong decisions. Uh-oh, power's blinking, y'all. It might go dark. You don't need to make lifelong decisions right now. Just take some time to let it sink in. Let things sink in and settle down. So, when TJ came and brought her diary, she said, TJ, I love you. And he goes, I love you too, Molly. And he's like, I better get out of here, because look, what's love got to do with it, right? It's really, what's love got to do with it? Now, here's what I want to talk about. Who I want to talk about. Anna Devane. Don't you just hate Anna? She sits there, wrangles Carly into bugging Jack, planting a bug in Jack's office. First, Carly says, why should I do it? Jack's a friend of mine. And she says, because Charlotte Cassadine needs to come home. Jack knows where Valentine is, and you're the only one he'll trust to get close enough in his office to plant a bug. And Carly says, I do want to help Lulu, especially now that she's awake. She's like, and you know what? The only reason I'm gonna do it is to prove you wrong. So you'll know that Jack doesn't know where Valentine is. Now, meanwhile, she goes, give me the bug. And Hannah gives it to her. Meanwhile, Jason's in Jack's office. And Jason is telling Jack the deal. Look, I want you to reach out to Valentine. You tell him I'm going to meet him anywhere he wants. And I want to get Charlotte. I want him to hand Charlotte over to me so I can take her to see her mother. She needs to be with her mother. And so, because first Brennan says, oh, are you here to take me up on my offer? And Jason says, I'm not here for that. Right? Now, Jack's assistant, that woman is something else. She's his assistant, but she's not like a yes woman. She's the one that warned him he was on, like timid ground with the whole sending that extraction team in to get Lucky out, right? And Jack says, look, you'll be protected. And she was. And she says, I need you to stay focused. We have some projects that we need done. You have a very important meeting you need to get into. Don't get distracted. Brennan, Special Agent Brennan or whatever they call it, whatever she calls it. So Carly comes in, Jack's in the war room on a conference, and she's kind of giving Carly a third degree, saying, like pretty much, what are you here to see Mr. Brennan for? And Carly says, I'm here as a friend. And the chick looks at her and she's like, well, he's very busy. We have some operations going on and he really doesn't have time for friends. And Carly she goes, for distractions. So Carly looked at her like, I ain't going nowhere. And Jack walks in. As she heard the words, he doesn't need distractions. And he looked at his assistants and he goes, I need to speak to Miss Spencer alone. Special Agent, busybody. Get out. So Carly just looks at her and she looks at Carly as she walks by. And Carly said, Jack, you've done so much for me. And I feel bad asking you this, but he's thinking, but you're going to ask me anyway. He says, is there any way you know where Valentine is so we could bring Charlotte home? Lulu is awake. And Brennan says, oh, I know Lulu's awake. Your best friend was just here asking the same thing. And Carly says, really? He goes, yeah, Jason Morgan wanted to, see if I knew where Valentine was. But I'm going to tell you the same thing as I told him. I don't know where Valentine is. I have no contact with him. So Carly says, it was worth a try, but can I get a glass of water real quick? So he turns to pour her a cup of water. It's on the credenza behind his desk. She bends down and puts the bug up under the lip of the desk, from where, say, a visitor is sitting on this side, that's where it's up under there, right? But further back. And so she's standing up by the time Jack turns around, just like she had never done anything. And I thought, Jack's going to find that bug. But anyway, they talk for a little bit more, and she says, you know what? I understand you don't know. But I had to ask. And she's kind of flirty with him. And he goes, yeah, you did. And I would expect nothing, nothing less. And he kind of smiles at her. I really like Jack Brennan. He's a bad guy though, but I like him. So she leaves. She goes back to Anna's apartment. Spinelli's there on the computer, and he's like, okay, the device is up and running. And Jason walked in. And he goes, wait, what device is up and running? Because he's letting them know, look, I told Brennan the deal. And he told Brennan to tell Valentine that there is no questions asked. He will not try to apprehend him whatsoever. He is only there for Charlotte. He will take Charlotte and come right back to the States. So that is giving Valentine a win-win. It really is. And that actually, they should meet in a neutral country for this to really work. Valentine brings Charlotte to a neutral country. They do the exchange, and then Valentine goes somewhere else so that Charlotte won't know. She honestly won't know where Valentine is, because she will be questioned, right? But she can honestly say, I don't know where Papa went after that. I mean, she won't know. So, we'll see how they do it. But I think this may be a way to bring Charlotte back. And I hope so. She needs to bring some chaos back. But, then Lulu will actually help put her on a right path, or hopefully. So anyway, so Carly comes in. And Jason told Anna, and I have a good picture of this too, the look on Anna's face. He goes, how could you get Carly involved in this? Carly has nothing to do with Valentine and Charlotte. You've put her now in danger. Anna goes, Carly's not in danger. She's been married to Sonny more than once. She can handle herself. Just crassly, like, oh, okay. Really, Anna? And then Jason goes, once Jack Brennan finds out his office was bugged, he's gonna think it was either me or he's gonna know it was Carly. He says, and you know how ruthless, you know what Jack Brennan can do. And you have just thrown Carly into his crosshairs. And Anna went like, maybe. Yeah, you could have a point. But I don't care, right? Charlotte needs to be with Lulu. So what if Carly is taken away from Donna and Jocelyn and Michael? See, that's what I can't stand about Anna. Is Anna could care less. Anna makes horrible decisions. She always has. And then when things go wrong, guess what? Anna's got tears in her eyes like she did Thursday. But Charlotte, it's my fault, and Charlotte. I didn't mean for Carly. I didn't mean for this to happen to Carly. It was my fault. Oh, shut up, Anna. Oh my goodness. So Jason, he ringed her, and then Carly came back in. She goes, okay, it's done. It's planted. And so she goes, hey, what are you doing here? And Jason's like, so Anna says, Spinelli said, he's upset that you planted the bug in Jack Brennan's office. And she goes, oh, but it's done. And Jason says, and now you could be found out and in his crosshairs. Jack Brennan's office is swept for bugs on a weekly basis. Carly said, wait, what? Spinelli went like, wait, what? And Carly looks at Anna. Do you know that chick, Anna? Looked at Carly and went like, yeah, pretty much. Mm-hmm. Right? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And Carly looked at her and said, you could have said so. See, no. Anna, Mm-mm. Her name is Mud with me. 100% Mud, right? Uh, Isaiah comes to Jordan's. I like them together. Comes to Jordan's office, and he has the contracts from GH. He needed a notary, and he stopped to ask Jordan, "Where's the notary office in that building?" And so Anna said, "The word notary is not on the door. It's just a picture of a fish." Go figure. So they got to talking, and she goes, "Well, I can't let you sign those contracts." And he goes, "Wait, why? I thought you wanted me to stay." She goes, "I can't let you sign them until I look at them." He goes, "You're the deputy mayor." She goes, "Yes, I am the deputy mayor." He goes, "You handle contract negotiations for civilians?" She goes, "I handle contract negotiations." "Yes. So I know about contracts." She says, "However, I also know some ins and outs about GH. For one, they have deep pockets. So they can afford to pay you to the level of your caliber of skill. You need more money." As she's looking at the figures, she goes, "You ask for more money. They can afford it." She says, "And they also can't afford not to have you working for them." So he's looking at her, smiling, and he convinces her to let him take her out to dinner, which is going to be a good thing. But I already can tell they're going to have Molly. It's going to be a triangle between Molly, him, and Jordan. And Molly is going to be completely self-absorbed, if you ask me. And I know everybody in the comment corner, Molly has a right to grieve too. You're 100% right. Molly has a right to grieve. But what Molly doesn't have a right to do is throw anything in TJ's face. Okay? She knows Isaiah's a doctor. She knows he's a surgeon. She's going to know he's on staff at GH. Is that the man you should take up a relationship with when your partner works there and has been working there for years? See, that's what's wrong with that whole scenario. That's like TJ, that ADA that was prosecuting Ava. Oh, that ADA was kind of cute, don't you think? She works in the same department as Molly. Should TJ take up with her? Right? Should they meet? Should they talk? Should he talk about his woes with Molly? Because she would say, "Are you going to tell her some personal stuff and I work in the same department as her?" Yet, it'd be like, "Are you going to tell this doctor some personal things because I work in the same hospital as him?" There you have it. It'll be a complete double standard for Molly. And I can tell you right now, Molly is going, that's how they're going to write it. 100% that's how they're going to write it. Either it's going to be Molly, Isaiah, Jordan, Molly, Dex, Christina. We shall see. We definitely shall see. Now, while Carly's looking at Anna, Spinelli says, Mr. Brennan is making a phone call. So they rush around to Spinelli's computer, and he goes, "It's me. Lulu's awake. They want Charlotte back. Jason Morgan has offered an option." Anna looks at Jason, and then she looks at Carly, and Carly looks like, "Well, no, doggone it, he didn't. I was just saying I'm doing this to prove you wrong, Anna. And now, doggone it, didn't he just prove you all right? I'm not such a great judge of characters, because he's my friend." So anyway, everybody, that is it. That's it for today's episode of General Hospital As a matter of fact, when I load this up, I can't do comment corner because I can't do comment corner on this and have my phone working. It'll just be, it won't be the usual thumbnail. I'll be able to transfer that out probably this weekend. Transfer out this picture for my thumbnail picture. But I will be back for another daily recap of General Hospital.